McCartney. It's a Revel. Revel. They're still around with us at the moment, and they had a Beetle. So
They did all four.
did they?
Yeah.
Oh, you assemble it like a car.
Instead of building a model airplane, you build
A model Beetle. Yeah.
Model Beetle.
What's this one here? This is
That's a Beetle headband.
a headband. Yeah.
1964 when they toured.
Gee. And look, there's some stockings. Everyone's, yeah.
Oh yeah, Beetle stockings were all good.
20 denier, Beatles.
You went out with the girl with Beetle stockings. It was all right.
Yeah, these are.
Yeah.
And also a little lunchbox.
The Beatles.
Yellow submarine lunchbox.
That's American. That's American. You used to get a thermos in it as well, but they're pretty
Yeah.
hard to get.
Yeah.
And of course the old tea towel. You got to have a tea towel.
Oh, yeah. Where's the spoon? There must be Beatles spoons.
In America they did, they did spoons.
Yeah. And of course your mugs.
They were put out by Spotless Dry
I was
Cleaners.
going to say you've got sponsors. See? Are they still around, Spotless?
No, they've been taken over.
Oh, have they? And who's this? George Harrison.
There's George and there's Paul.
Oh,
I bought a
good.
couple of samples in different dolls.
Yeah.
And these ones here are the nod head dolls. All the heads move.
Oh, is that for the car too?
No, they were cake decorations, actually, birthday cake decorations.
But it was really sort of part of the Beetle thing, the fact the head movement. So everything they had related to the fact that their hair went and their head went like that. You know?
That's right.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, yeah. And what about this this tasteful piece of
No, it is tacky. That's Taiwanese.
Taiwanese? Yes. Good morning to all our Taiwanese viewers.
Thanks,
It's
Brendan.
lovely, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
A nice clock. Every home should have one. But it is, it's good. That's from Hard Day's Night, actually.
Oh, yeah, and there's a watch. If you don't like the clock, you can just stick a watch on your wrist. And there, it's even got a leather band. Now, you don't see a lot of leather bands around these days. And do their heads move?
No,
Oh, it's
So I
not a very
guess-
good watch.
only if you pull the watch apart.
Brendan's, you've probably got a house full of all this stuff.
2 rooms full of stuff. Yeah.
2 rooms.
What are you going to do with it all?
Well, fingers crossed, we hope Paul McCartney's going to buy it all.
And then you're going to retire.
Yeah, you
Sort
should.
of.
Yeah, no, I
Tell
heard.
them how much Paul's going to pay for this.
No, Paul Keating might be watching. Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah, no, because you'll be
No, I
hit
don't
by
have to pay tax on this. I've already checked that.
Oh, right, okay. We can
But what,
tell.
did he actually, he heard about your collection? And
Well, I rang Apple, and then from Apple we got on to Paul McCartney, because Paul and George collect. Ringo lost his in a fire. And,
So he gave up.
Yeah. And Yoko Ono's just found John Lennon's stuff in a vault, so she's got everything she needs. So he's the biggest buyer of Beatle memorabilia in Sotheby's, Paul, so hopefully he'll take the whole lot.
Fantastic.
Gee, it's great.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Dixie and I are going to buy a private box at VFL Park for Essendon matches, so...
So the truth comes out. Well, listen, Brenda's going to hang around, and as I said, we've got lots of memorabilia, lots of videos and films, rare stuff to see throughout the morning, and another guest very shortly, actually.
Yeah, tell everyone after what's happening.
I feel silly.
No, I'll say it. I'll
This
say
is
it.
tongue-in-cheek.
No, it's not. It's a true person. It's Paul McCartney. He's coming in live in the
He's
studio.
bought his checkbook.
He's
Yes,
bought
he's
his
going to
checkbook.
buy this
And-
stuff.
His checkbook.
Yeah, and he's going to speak to you about buying it. That's straight after the break. And also, we've got the Beatles singing Twist and Shout.
Yep.
They're coming together to do this.
Great music. Okay, we'll be back then. No, it's not there.
You whacker! You stupid thing! Told you to get it!
Can't get in. There
I've
we
got
go.
one,
All
don't
right.
worry.
This is the album, Beatles album, and also don't forget the Beatles T-shirts. We'll show you those every once in a while.
Okay. And I'm going to be ringing, it looks like Lawrence
Lawrence.
Kavanagh.
Well, take it up, baby, now. Take it up, baby. Twist and shout. Twist and shout. Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby, now. Come on, baby. Come on and work it on out. Work it on out. Well, work it on out. Work it on out. You know you look so good. So good. You know you got me going
There we go. There he is.
Hello, Marina. Do I speak Italian?
Yeah, this is an Italian Paul.
This is a real one. Dixie told me.
Yes.
What time is it?
No, this.
No.
How do you handle this?
No, Dixie said this is for real. Look,
And
I'll
Marie
show-
believed it.
I do believe it because you look at this picture.
Thick as a brick. This one.
Look at the picture. We'll show you. Look. Hey,
Oh,
Yes.
mate.
is that not Paul McCartney or is that not Paul McCartney? Aye? No,
You
it's
did that on purpose, didn't you?
can't
Like that
even
guy
say
that had the plastic surgery to look like Michael Jackson. You did the same to look like
Yeah, I
Paul
want.
McCartney.
her.
I want to look like his mother, actually. No, no, it did hurt a bit, just a bit. But it's incredible what you do for love, isn't it?
It is. And money.
No, this is...
And money.
I
I think we're dressed like this.
We're fooling them.
This is Marty Rose, and a lot of people in Melbourne, well, right around the country might know Marty because he's a musician in his own right.
Thank you.
And gets around the place entertaining, but he has this incredible likeness to Paul McCartney. I remember the first time I ever saw him, I thought, boy, oh boy.
I love George.
Do you like
I got the whole gang. You like our gear?
I
Hey,
guess
have
it's
a close up of this
fantastic.
because I haven't even shown this, but this changes the King set. Look.
Oh.
Hey, look who's on my chest. Yeah? Oh, now tell us, has anyone, come up and asked you for an autograph because they think you're Paul?
No, nobody's ever gone.
What's that?
Definitely. Sometimes I've been in the car and some people are donating, give me the Timbs, and they say, oh, I think they just want more money. So
They're just
they say,
being nice
oh,
to
you've
you.
got that chap that sings in the Beatles.
So can I have $500?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the funny thing nowadays is that when he's on television from whatever he may be, the last single he put out with Michael Jackson, I had kids come up to me and say, you look like that guy that sings with Michael Jackson.
Yeah, they don't realise he's a Beatle. It's the other guy, yeah.
That was quite fun.
Yeah.
That's,
And do you actually, you're performing still yourself? You do a bit of
oh,
singing?
yeah,
and-
I'm working 5 nights a week. 3 of the tax department say, but 5 nights a week. All over Melbourne, a bit of interstate work, and up until 2 years ago, we used to do tributes to the Beatles for pre-entertainment in the parks.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I
And
remember
we
you
did
doing
some
that.
shows up
Yeah.
in Brisbane too, and
Yeah.
it was good fun.
It's good music, isn't it?
It's just, you know, I mean, obviously the Zoot, everybody, we're all inspired by the
Yeah.
Beatles.
And you got a little boy of your own called Paul.
Not after McCartney, but
No?
yeah, he's over there.
Come over, Paul, and say
Oh
hi.
boy, wait till the kids at school find out about this.
Come over here.
He's a big fan of the show.
How old's Paul?
How old?
How old are you? Let's lift him
A
up.
bit hard to see. Oh, there he goes.
He's shorter than me.
Yeah.
How old are you, Paul?
5. He's gone camera
Look at
shots.
the camera, look
That's
at
it.
him.
There he is.
Gee, you must have loads of friends you want to say hello to, do you? Yeah?
Want to say hello to any of your mates at school? No?
Go on, I'll keep watching. She doesn't look much like a Beatle.
Oh, a little bit.
Oh, don't say that. I went to all this trouble.
Mrs. Beatle.
Oh,
Mrs. Beatle.
Thanks.
We're going
Mrs.
to
Bug.
have more Beatles mailbag. We've got our go-karts. We've got first date coming up, and of course, as we've been telling you, more of the Beatles footage, more of the rare footage that a lot of you wouldn't have seen before.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a good morning. So stick around. Coming up now, when Bobby turns the page. No, we're going to a commercial break. Okay, we'll have a break and we'll be back.
Hey, it's time for a Beatles mailbag.
Yeah, it's time for a Beatles mailbag, and we've got a Beatles record for you too from EMI. That's Boz.
Yes,
Brendan,
it was.
Susie. Yeah. Oh, so tell us about it. It would have been frantic in those days, wouldn't it? Because that was the height of their popularity.
Well, it was frantic, yeah. I mean, I started the fan club. When I started the fan club, no one had actually heard of the Beatles except for half a dozen people in Melbourne.
Yeah.
And suddenly they hit it, and the tour was announced, and I started getting 10 sackloads of mail a day.
Gee, how much help did you get? What did you
I
do?
recruited a lot of friends.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is being a president involve you doing?
Oh, all sorts of things. I mean, basically, we had to prepare all sorts of kits for people who wanted to join the fan club.
Yeah.
Autograph photos, all that sort of thing. We used to run competitions for the latest Beatles album, all that.
Oh, right. So quite a bit. And you've got a scrapbook there.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
one of the few things I've
Actually,
got left.
I was looking through that a little
Yeah.
while ago. And so is that just in 1 year, or is that going through?
This is Beatles in Australia.
Oh, right, for their tour. Just have a look. We'll just open up on a few pages, and perhaps anything of interest that you think
TV Times.
we could have a look at.
It's the old TV Times pin-up.
That's a pin-up out of TV Times.
TV Times, yeah.
All right, keep turning. We'll have a look. There you go, the man behind the Beatles. Now, who's this?
Brian Epstein, their manager.
Right. There you are, keep turning.
More pin-ups.
There you are. Now, there's something. There's the Beatles versus Elvis. And they were rivals. They were great rivals in those days, weren't they? Yeah.
Or their fans were rivals more than they were, perhaps.
Although Elvis doesn't look all that pleased there, does he? I mean, really.
Actually, they did meet in the USA.
Did
the
they?
Beatles and Elvis,
What,
yeah.
g'day and walk away?
No, apparently they listened to a lot of music and really got on very well.
That's a terrific photo someone's taken. It's a really smart shot.
Could be anyone there.
Yeah, good. Gee, they did well, didn't they? Just for the tour, the publicity. Amazing.
Oh, and this is only a small fraction of what we
yeah,
actually had.
yeah, it would be too. Look, that's what we're wearing today, down the bottom here. Yeah, and we've got a tape, have we?
Yeah.
I haven't got my rundown
The old Holly
because...
Martin, it's all the Beatles arriving in.
Oh, right,
Australia
yeah,
in
this is...
1964.
Yeah, OK, this is a special Beatles segment with Nightlife's Ollie Martin, and we're going to have a look at that right now. This is the tour in 1964. Have a look.
The world had never seen anything like them, and the streets of Melbourne were full to overflowing. The apparently clean-living lads from Liverpool were the musical messiahs no parent could ignore or stop their children from adoring. They had long hair, something quite unusual at a time of reserved attitudes, the beginning of women's liberation, and the gush of excitement because the pill was on the market. When the Beatles tour was over, memorabilia became a highly sought-after commodity. Bed linen, which had touched the famous bodies, was cut into small pieces and sold or given away to desperate souvenir hunters. Only in retrospect can one really come to grips with the mop-top phenomenon and the revolutionary era of the 60s. Rock and roll was an experiment. There were no ground rules. There was only innovation. Sgt. Pepper's was the Beatles' 9th album. Technically, it was the first album not split into individual tracks. It had tricky experiments with sounds and frequencies only dogs could hear. Tape machines were played backwards and forwards to achieve weird effects. All that aside, the album was released with a first-week notch-up of 250,000 sales. In #1 slot, it rested for 22 weeks.
Well, for me personally,
Yes.
they changed my life.
In what way?
Well, it was something that I listened to, I got caught up with, and decided then I wanted to make that my life, to go into music.
Back in the 60s, the doll was a relatively unheard of need. If money was required, the frenzy of creative and positive thinking overcame immediate problems of losing work.
They weren't the most profitable group I've ever toured. They certainly were the most successful group. And there was no group ever to touch them before or since. And everything is judged now on the standard of what the Beatles did and the crowds they drew.
How hard were they to manage, with all those people clamouring to touch them and see them?
Never a problem with them at all. They were just here to do a job, slightly impersonal, that they just said, we're here to do a job, we'll do what you tell us to do. They'd go out and wave to the crowd when we asked them to, and they just saw hotels and the concert hall and a few, very few private functions they went to.
Modern groups pay their respect to 60s musical innovation by recording covers made famous by originators of rock. And the Beatles remain the most successful group, with worldwide record sales and tapes exceeding 1 billion units. Apart from the late Presley, the Beatles had the most #1 singles. Ironically, since Presley's death, the truly human and even tarnished side of the swivel-hipped singer has emerged. Is it time for the Beatles to be looked at without rose-coloured glasses? Maybe now is the time to look back with 80s honesty. And the high-tech music world may never understand the innovation, excitement and naivety of the 60s. But does it matter? Let this generation surpass anything that's gone before.
Thanks very much, Ollie Martin. looking for that too. It was one. Susie's got a bracelet with a disc on it with the Beatles picture in the centre. Can you see that? There. And look what Brendan's got over there. That's terrific. What is it?
It's a little charm. You used to wear it around your neck.
Yeah.
Then you open it up and you pull out the pictures. And you've got something to keep around your neck.
Yeah. Isn't that amazing?
They did everything.
Yeah. Is that going to Paul too?
It's going to Paul.
Oh, it's sad, isn't it? Gee.
Everything's going to Paul.
He hopes it's going to Paul.
I'm going to send a tape over to Paul if he's watching.
Are you going to send this over to Paul?
Are
you?
He will
Are you really?
He'll have a video tape.
Oh, hi, Paul. Hi, Linda. Loves you, yeah.
On second thoughts, I might.
Oh, no, it was my big opportunity. Thank you very much, Susie, for coming in this morning.
pleasure.
And Brendan, thank you. And thanks for all of this. It's
That's
been
okay.
wonderful. Most
Happy to do it.
interesting. Yeah. Okay, we're going to now, where are we? Gee, you've got a lot of guff on here. Dixie, I can't read your things. We are still to come. We have got 4 neighbours questions, and that's between...
Next hour.
yeah, 10 and 11. Also, we've got the girls and boys basketball.
I will say to you, she loved you, with a love like that, you know you should be glad. With a love like that.
Hi, coming up, video clips of the Beatles singing Can't Buy Me Love and Should Have Known Better, Beatles quiz and more Beatles mailbag calls. And for the youngies, 4 neighbours questions, Who Am I competition, boys and girls basketball and half-pipe skateboard competition.
Running around looking like Elvis Presley.
I saw him.
What a goose. Yeah, I had him thrown out.
And I thought he was really
Yeah, I
funny.
thought he was hilarious.
I reckon you should get him back.
Oh, we should. Yeah, hang on.
Okay, with Teenage Mailbag and then...
Beatles. Good stuff from Festival Hall, 1964. And as we said, I Should Have Known Better. It's going to be on a little bit later on, another one.
Well, you should have, shouldn't you?
Yes. Some birthdays. Happy birthday.
Apologize to her because she...
Hi.
Hello there, this is the Beatles.
Okay, here we go. It's our Beatles quiz, and we have got 2 rounds and, of course, 3 teams, very much like our top 20 teen teams.
Yes, we have. We've got Anne and Gwen over there. Don't they look great?
They do, yes. Any memories of the Beatles that you can relate to us? Lots, I
Did you
suppose.
scream a lot?
You went to the concert? Yeah? I didn't go to the concert.
Didn't you stay at home and watch
Well, I
telly?
was just that little bit, you know, right on the age where I couldn't go by myself. And,
Oh, 6.
you know, they were big in Adelaide, the Beatles.
Mm.
Very, very big. So it's Anne and Gwen, and we've got Greg, Brett and Peter. Hi, guys. Right up with all the Beatles stuff, I believe. Yeah. Oh, well, we'll throw one of those in if you like.
Will you sing Alma Rigby?
I'll do that, yeah.
Did you used to scream at the concerts and carry on like a lunatic?
Too young, Maria.
Too young, Peter?
My parents wouldn't take me.
See, same vintage as me.
They couldn't get the cot in.
And also, Melissa and Annette. Now, Melissa and Annette wrote into us and said, look, we're only young, but we know as much about the Beatles as anyone else. And we actually flew them down from Sydney.
That was really decent,
yeah,
Dixie.
It was, yes. You didn't know that it was coming out of your pay?
No.
No. Oh,
Did you have a good trip?
Yes, they came down with
good.
Ansett, of course, and Flag are looking after them, Flag Motels. So welcome to the show, girls. Good luck. We've checked all the bells and buzzers. Everything's working. You're working together as a team. And as I said, we've got 2 rounds.
Yeah,
Right?
and I can judge.
And you're going to judge, and the professor's over there just to keep an eye on you to make sure you do the right thing. All right, here we go. Who is the oldest Beatle?
Centre.
Centre. No, you got to say White.
Oh, phew. White.
White. Brett?
We're white, are we? Ringo.
Ringo is correct.
Yeah, see,
Ringo
they don't
Starr.
know their colour.
Richard Starkey. Okay, question
Oh,
number
come on.
2. What year did the Beatles tour Australia?
Green.
Anne and Gwen.
64.
64, yes, in unison there. Okay, question number 3. What fruit did the Beatles use for their record label?
Apple.
An apple, yes, that was their label, the Apple label. Which 2 Beatles are left-handed? Ooh,
Centre.
close, yes, Brett and Peter again.
Paul and Ringo.
You're right. Yes.
How do you know that?
A couple of months.
Yeah. Question number 5. Who was John Lennon's first wife?
Oh, this one, I think. Well,
Anne and Gwen.
Cynthia Lennon.
Cynthia Lennon, yes. Actually, her maiden name was Powell. Cynthia Powell.
Terrific.
Did you know that? Yeah, I was right. Oh, put one down to me. Okay, next one. What is Ringo Starr's real name? I gave it away before, didn't I? Brett and Peter.
Richard Starkey.
Richard Starkey is correct. Question number 7. What was the title of the Beatles' second film?
Oh, Melissa!
Help.
Yeah, help!
Oh!
No, look, honestly, Melissa and Annette have known every one of them, I can tell, but they just haven't got in there fast enough. Okay, so one to them. 3 more for this round. What was the title of the Beatles' animated cartoon?
It's white in the centre.
Go, Brett.
Yellow Submarine.
Yellow Submarine is correct, yes. It's a feature film which it also featured the title of the song. Who was the Beatles' manager?
Green, up here.
Brian Epstein.
Brian Epstein, yes. And what was the name of the club in Liverpool?
Green.
Kevin.
The Cavern is right. They're not that hard, but you've got to be, you've got to be sort of up there
Oh,
with
yeah,
them.
you've got to be quick.
Did you know them?
Oh, all of them.
How are we doing there?
I'm just counting them up.
Professor doesn't take this long, you know.
No, I know. I'm just different. Anne and Gwen are on 4, Brett and Peter are on 5, and Melissa and Annette are on 10. They're 1. They should be on 10.
Hair in my mouth. Yeah. Well, listen, we've got another round, so that's sort of, we've got the tension part of it out of it now, so we'll have another 10 questions in a little while. Can you take over? Because I'm going to
Oh, sure. All right. Well, that's the score, and back with round 2 a little later. Right now, we've got a break. After that, we're back with B&B, which is Beatles Mailbag, and also our second neighbours question.
We'll like this song.
Do you mind? Do you do this every time I talk?
Okay.
And also our girls and boys basketball hot shot competition. Now
Oh,
you
right.
can talk.
Okay.
Work it out. Think of what you're saying. You can get it wrong and still you think it's all.
Yeah. Well, these are the very clothes they wore.
Yeah.
There's a real one. Yeah, that was from A Hard Day's Night.
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
I know. I can pretend to be intelligent sometimes.
What are we doing now? Hello, goodbye. The Beatles.
Oh.
The Go-Kart Challenge was brought to you